guys, Eva here. Welcome to Little Creek. I thought today I'll do this. Well, I have to do the second part of the second day of the challenge. And the question for the second day, or in case you didn't know, I'm doing the October Pagan Challenge, 31-day challenge. So there'll be a video, or I'm going to try to do a video every day until the 31st. So um, yesterday I did the hands, day one hands, and um, and every day is a different word, so it's a different prompt, and you get to discuss that prompt. So yesterday was hands, and I'll link that up here, and so that you can see it in case you didn't see it. And today's word is change. Today's word is change. Let me make sure because sometimes I forget. Even though I did it yesterday, I wrote it down yesterday. Let's see. Day two. Is it? Yes, change. Change is the one for today. And I thought we'd do it get ready with me style because I have to go to the office today. So my shiznit here. And there, get our stuff together. Change. Everybody, well, not in some way, everybody is a little apprehensive when it comes to change. Nobody wants things to change. I mean, especially if they're going good, they don't want things to change. And but sometimes you need change, especially if you feel like you're stuck in your life, or just stagnant, like nothing's happening. You're content with what you have, but at the same time, you feel like something is off. So that means that maybe you should initiate some sort of change. And if you don't initiate change, change is going to happen to you no matter what. Let's start with this. Because my makeup on, my glasses on. Anywho, a lot of times, but I guess what we have to do is ask ourselves, why are we afraid of change? You know, like what is it about change that frightens us? And for some people, it's because change means moving forward. That means our life moves forward. That means, in the end, I mean, we get closer to death. But you got, and then a lot of people, death is a huge fear, and it's a valid fear. I mean, because we're afraid of the unknown, which is the reason why a lot of us are afraid of change, because we're afraid of the unknown. And sometimes you have to stop and think and say to yourself, well, shit, eventually, at some point in time, I'm going to die. Now, would you rather embrace change and live your life the way you want to live it? Or are you going to stay stuck the rest of your life and feel empty and like you have nowhere to go, or dragging I'll be the first one to tell you that sometimes I'm being dragged through life because I stick my heels in, and sometimes I don't want to change, or I don't want to deal with change. But eventually, that's what I was trying to say. Eventually, I have to embrace it and deal with it. You know? And so when You know, when you get to be my age and you do your concealer, look up. That way you don't have the little lines there. Um, that's another thing. Change. That's change. I never had to do that, and now I do. But change is a good thing. Whether something horrible happens because of the change, you got to see the good in that change. I was diagnosed about 2 months ago with an autoimmune disease that I gotta put it on my eyes to see how red they are. That's just my skin tone. It's just a hereditary situation. But um, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease that eats away at my muscle tissue, and so I could hardly walk. I could hardly move my legs. I couldn't lift them to even step on a stair. Not even a curb. Okay, and so that was a horrible thing for me because I've always been a very active person. I mean, I love dancing. I love, um, I just love doing things. And I hate exercise. Don't get me wrong, I hate exercise, but I do it because I have to, because it's good for me. But I couldn't do those things anymore. And it was just a huge change for me. And I didn't, and they still have no idea what type of autoimmune disease I have, but we're working on that. But I had to see the good in that change. And the good that happened in that change was is that I live in an apartment in between lots of people or in between two people who are inconsiderate at times. And many times I felt, there's a lot of times that I thought, you know what, I need to move. Well, having this disease has helped in the way that I can now move because I live in a two-story. I can now move to a flat, which and I don't know what my neighbors are going to be like. So that's another part of change, and it's not. I'm not comfortable thinking that maybe my neighbors are going to be worse than the ones that I have now, but I doubt that. So at least I'll have just one neighbor because all the flats are on the outside of the apartment, on the end of the apartment buildings. So I live in a townhome. So either way, apartment, townhome, whatever you want to call it. But they're all at the end of the complex. So you only have one neighbor to the side of you, which would be way better than having a neighbor on each side of me. So I just I was able to see the upside of my situation. And that's all I ask for you to do is to embrace change and look for the good in that change, even if it's a bad change. Because, I mean, everybody wants good change. Who doesn't want good change? Things that happen to you that are great and awesome and amazing. But we also have to embrace the things that happen to us that are just that keep us down and teach us lessons. Because the hard stuff is what teaches us the lesson. The hard stuff is what changes us, molds us, makes us who we are. And so I invite you to embrace change because change will make you who you want to be. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoy. Stay tuned tomorrow for the next day challenge. Bye.